has started, and boy, has it been a terrible start for the Yankees.
Oh my goodness, brother!
This
is a travesty.
This is pathetic. A
This
nice
is a
win
train
on
wreck.
opening day,
And since then, what's happened?
We have lost 3 games and have only won 1 since opening day.
Yeah.
And we have wasted so many good pitching performances, and we're going to get to that today. So, welcome to Hot Stove Tuesday on this late night, Julian and I. I'm Bobby Thompson, GT Sports Talk.
I'm Julian Gallardi, and we're in season now, so I'm trying to think of our new segment name since we're in season. What do you want? What should we call it?
We got to come up with, you know what?
We got to come up with it on the fly right here.
You know what?
We'll do, I'm trying to think. It's like we could say it's like a weekly roundup for now, like something along those lines maybe.
Yeah, like why don't we do like
What are you feeling?
Why don't we call this show the Weekly Scorecard?
The Weekly Scorecard? Okay, so we'll tell you with the Weekly Scorecard. And it might be more than once a week, once we're into full swing. The problem is we have basketball going on still. We have hockey. We have the football draft. So it's going to be tough to do baseball more than once a week right now, probably. But so we'll do our weekly shows on Tuesday. They'll probably air Wednesday in most situations. Maybe sometimes we'll air them the same day. But today it's late, so this one won't come till tomorrow. But the thing is that I'm going to call this actually Tumultuous Tuesday, because that's what this is for the Yankees right now. This is a train wreck. This is an embarrassment. This is a shame what's taking place. So to start the season, we already had a laundry list of injuries, and it's only gotten worse. We have Sabathia, who's been working his way back because he had the heart issues. I'm not sure when he's going to be back. The fifth starter situation is very murky, but we'll get to the rotation more a little bit. But I want to go through the injuries now.
Yes,
I'm going to go through this laundry list of injuries, the wins above replacement, and the salary cap total of all the guys injured. So CC had 2.4 wins above replacement. Of course, Montgomery went down last year with the Tommy John, staying in the rotation. He was just 0.5, but didn't get the pitch much last year. Then, of course, the biggest injury in the rotation is none other than Luis Severino, our ace. He's been sidelined for a while now. He might be back in May if we're lucky, but nothing is certain with him either. He had 5.5 wins above replacement, which leads all the injured guys. Very valuable despite that second half drop-off. Maybe this injury is all tying together. Maybe it's an explanation. I thought he was hurt last year, honestly. He was pitching horribly in the second half, tipping his pitches or whatever. But I'm not sure if it's something that's reoccurring, if it's a new injury with him. I mean, it's shoulder inflammation, which is never a good thing, obviously. No. And Dylan Betances, now we get to him, he's also very important to this team in his bullpen. And you've seen some struggles without him in the pen. In several games, the game we were at was a problem.
Yep.
Tonight with Chapman, although I don't think that has anything to do with Betances, that was not good either. But Betances had 1.7 wins above replacement. And I'm not even done. That's just the pitchers, brother. Wait till I get to the hitters.
Let's hear
Of course, last year was Didi at the end of the season with the Tommy John. He's our shortstop, one of our most important players on offense, a lefty bat that balances the lineup. Didi, 4.6 wins above replacement. Huge player to our team. Very upsetting he's not out there, especially with the latest injury news, which is Miguel Andujar with a torn labrum with his shoulders, man. I don't know what's up right now. And then he had 2.4 wins above replacement, actually 2.7 I want to say, and the only reason that wasn't higher is because of his defensive liabilities, obviously. So he went down. Which day did he go down? I'm losing track of all this stuff. It's very frustrating to keep track of.
About Andujar?
He went down the second game or the third game in the Orioles series. Yeah. He didn't go down the day we were there, obviously.
No, the next day.
He went down the day that there was a delay.
Sliding into
it's the pickoff play. He was leading too far off third. Shouldn't have been that far down anyway. He slides back. The labrum acts up. It's a slight tear right now. Now, the latest news is that there's 2 things going on with this. And Duhar is very optimistic, but I'm not as optimistic as he is, to be honest with you. Everyone says that. All the players always say that. When you see that happen and they get Tommy John. Like Montgomery said the same thing before he got Tommy John last year, if you remember.
Yes, I do.
So players can say what they want. They're always going to want to play. But the problem is a torn labrum is no joke. My brother had that surgery, and it shut him back for 6 months. So that's just a reference right there. But he's not a major league player, obviously. But he's a very active person, and it was a tough injury for him. So Hopefully Andujar's isn't as serious, but here's the thing. They say that he's going to try in 2 weeks and see, like, if he feels less pain or something, and then, like, if he somehow doesn't feel pain, maybe he'll resume fielding and hitting or whatever, but I don't see that happening. I think he's going to get season-ending surgery, and honestly, I think they need to just do it instead of, like, delaying it, if that's going to be the case. So see what happens in 2 weeks. Don't try to, like, come back and stuff, because they said another often injured guy who you better be watching for any day now is Greg Bird.
Yeah.
He had the same issue as Andujar, actually. That season he came up from the minors, I believe. 2015, 2016, around that time. Bird was in the minors. He got injured. He had the labrum. He played through it, and he was fine. And that's when he actually came up and hit like 14 or 15 homers when we used to think he was actually going to be good. Remember those days?
Oh, yes.
Those were the days, right? When we actually thought Greg Bird was a real player. Man, how the times have changed. Okay, so yes, 2015... This is what happened. Bird had the same issue. He was able to fight through it, and he came up, and he actually hit 11 homers and just 150 at-bats, 31 ribbies, which is when we thought he could actually be a real player for us.
Yeah.
But, of course, we all know how that turns out. I mean, the book's not out yet, but it's not looking great, obviously. And P eventually had to get surgery.
Yeah.
So you see, so like it didn't work out in the long run, and that's the issue with Andujar to me. Like he might be able to try to fight it for a little bit, but it's not going away. He's gonna have to get it operated on eventually, most likely.
Yeah.
So I think that's what needs to happen. Unfortunately, Miguel, I'm sorry, but it's probably for the best if that happens.
Yeah, you know what?
You have a long future ahead of you. It's only your second year. I know it's tough because this team can win a World Series. Well, it's hard for me to say that how this is looking right now, but this is what we thought coming into the year, at least. I mean, maybe we still will. It's early. Gotta press the brakes a little bit. Just not the start you want, but. So Andujar is a huge injury, obviously. Yeah. But before we go into the whole recap and the synopsis of things, Giancarlo Stanton, another major injury, of course. Swinging a bat. Now we're getting hurt swinging bats. Like, not even, like, this is ridiculous, dude. Like, we're the Mets. The New York Yankees have turned into the Mets.
Yes, they have.
And we've left our pitchers out to dry, like Bobby alluded to before, and which we'll get to more. But Giancarlo, 4.2 wins above replacement. And obviously, arguably our second best hitter behind Aaron Judge, if he's on, I would say. So, this is a problem. And there's no way to sugarcoat this anymore. This is not funny. This is not cute. There's nothing good about this. There's no, we have depth in the organization. Like, that's the corny company line. Aaron Judge said it. Okay, you have to say it because, like, you need to show faith in the team and stuff. But you don't want Clint Frazier running around. You don't really want Tyler Wade running around. You don't want this new guy Tauchman running around, per se, really. Like, this is what's happening now. And then today you have Romine playing for Sanchez, which is fine. He needs a day off. He's a catcher. I expect that.
Yeah.
Tulo, of course, can't play every day, so okay, give him a day, whatever. I mean, but the problem is now that this lineup was like a spring training game. You want to go through this lineup today? I was laughing before when I saw it. It was embarrassing.
I saw it too, and I was laughable.
First of all, you have Brett Gardner leading off, which I'm about to crucify in a minute. I'm not done with Brett Gardner. He had one good game. I'm not off his case at all by any means. Second, we had Judge, of course. Third is Luke Voigt, who also needs to start hitting better. And Judge also had a single, but he's been striking out a lot. He needs to be better as well. Cleanup, we had Gleyber Torres, which is not what you want, obviously. I mean, Torres is a good player, but like he's not your cleanup hitter. And when this team is healthy, obviously.
Nope.
I would prefer him at the top over Gardner, though. I'll still say that. Or DJ LeMahieu was actually hitting fifth, but LeMahieu is not really a five hitter either. He's either towards the bottom or the top. Like you don't really want him hitting fifth. And sixth, this is where things get laughable, and this is where things get really, really pathetic. Honestly, if you want. All right, so let's break this down. Here we go. I had this before. I gotta go to the box summary quickly because I just can't remember. That's how upset I am about this. So Tauchman. Wait, where's this coming from? My phone. Oh Jesus! Why are we listening to Susan Waldman? Okay, sorry about that because I'm not really trying to listen to her right now. I'm pretty sure most people aren't. Yeah, not what we need at this point.
No.
So, Tauschman was hitting 6, which in itself is very interesting considering we traded for him for depth and he was going to be like basically our fourth outfielder. So now he's batting 6, so that's fun. Then you have Clint Frazier, who wasn't even ready to be in the Major League roster, but now he has to be on it because of what's happened with Stanton. He's batting 7, so that's great. Then you got Tyler Wade, who was almost on the roster, wasn't on it. Now he's a major league hit. His average is like 150, 160 lifetime. I know he hasn't had that many at-bats, but still, he got 1 hit today. Romine, who was our backup catcher, I mean, I explained that situation. It's fine. Look at this hit column, though. It's very pathetic. 6 hits. Jordan Zimmerman is not a good pitcher. He starts off hot a lot, though, and then he fades. But today, it's 6 2/3. Gave up 6 hits, 1 earned with 6 strikeouts. Truly embarrassing effort from the bats, even though this lineup was belittled. Luke Voigt 0 for 3. Brett Gardner 0 for 4. 143 batting average. This dude is a scrub and does not need to be leading off anymore. I'm sorry. Everyone's got to get over it. Gardner is not it anymore. It's 2019, not 2009. People need to get that through their heads. Yes. It's very frustrating. The love for Gardner is asinine at this point, and I've really had enough of it.
I agree with you 100%.
And he just starts off the game, and he gets pitches to hit and he can't hit them. Like, how many times have we seen him mess up the counts? There's 3 times now at least I've seen him in favorable counts with great pitches to hit and he just pops them up. Like, Brett, there's no excuses, dude. You're 35 years old. You hit 236 last year. I mean, your WAR is I don't care about the WAR, the defense. I just don't anymore. It's retarded. It doesn't make enough. It doesn't make enough of a difference for you to be batting first at this point. Not like you're stealing mad bases anyway. You have, I think, 1 steal this year.
Yeah.
But still, you're not getting on enough. So how could you steal? I mean, it's ridiculous. Aaron Judge, like I said, got a single, but 2 strikeouts again. He's been striking out way too much.
Oh, yeah.
Luke Voigt now cooled off. As much as we love Luke, he's hitting 188 right now. Gleyber Torres, 250. He started the season well, but hasn't been great. TJ LeMahieu has been a godsend for us, honestly. He's been keeping us afloat a little bit. 2 hits today, 500 batting average so far. I'm very happy that we signed him. Although I'm not going to go down the Machado box right now because that's going to open Pandora's box, and I'm just going to leave that alone. But we have DJ. He's being solid. He's going to play a good third base. He's a high-contact hitter, won't strike out much. I think he's only went down on strikes twice for the season, probably the fewest on the team. Not probably, it's definitely the fewest on this team at this point, which is a welcome change. So DJ is going to be fine. I'm not worried about him. Tauschman, like we said, he's very unproven. He hasn't played in the majors yet, so maybe he could be good. I won't jump down his throat yet. We just don't know. It's not enough time or a sample size, really. He's a lefty, so we have to hope that he figures it out. Clint Frazier, I'm not a fan of. I've said that repeatedly lately. He had a sac fly today, the only RBI, but other than that, he didn't get any hits. Wade got 1 hit and 3 at-bats. Romine got a hit. This is just very frustrating right now. Looking at this, it's embarrassing. We're 2-3 against 2 of the worst teams in the majors. Literally, on paper, they were my bottom 5s. They were both in my bottom 5s without any questions to start the season, and we've lost 3 games to them. I don't even care about the injuries. There's no excuse. You can't lose 2 out of 3 of the Orioles. Don't tell me it's margin, it's early. I don't care because the games count. And I'm going to bring up the stat why people should care. I put this in my group chat the other day for Fantasy Baseball. It's very simple stuff, and it's why we lost the division last year. So let me get the numbers on the stats with the first place and last place teams. Okay, here we go. So the Red Sox won the division last year, I want to say by 6 or 7 games, right?
Yep.
And the Red Sox were 32-5 against last place teams last year. They cleaned up like how good teams do. Yankees were 23-14. And there's 9 games right there. That could have been your division. Yep. So don't tell me these games don't matter. They do. You can't be losing the bottom dwellers like this when you're the Yankees.
Yes.
It's just unacceptable, and I've had enough of it, honestly.
It's you know what, I'm gonna say this. It's we all had high expectations for this year. We still do. Of course, it's early. It's only 5 games.
Yeah, you can talk me off the ledge a little bit. Go ahead.
But it's early in the year. But look, I'm going to agree with you 100%. I am not happy with the product that's being put out on the field right now.
No, we can't be.
The injuries are a major concern this early.
Huge.
The fact of the matter is, before the season even started, you lose your ace, Severino, for a shoulder. Shoulders are tough. Trust me. I know that. Mm-hmm. Shoulders are tough.
Now we have 3 shoulder issues on this team.
And the situation with Andujar, He could be. I agree with you. He could be confident all he wants. I don't care. You could be optimistic all you want. I don't care. Let's just put out the truth. You're not playing the rest of the year.
No, he shouldn't.
You're a young guy. You are a bright spot on our team. For the future, if it means we have to sacrifice you not playing this year for the betterment of many years for you playing well, I'm content with that. But I'm just gonna say I'm sick to death of this. Giancarlo Stanton. Yesterday, I'm at the game yesterday, and I hear that Giancarlo Stanton is on the IR. You can't say the DL anymore. People get offended. You say IL now, the injured list.
No, brother, I still say DL.
So do I.
I just can't. I hate saying the injured list. It's so weird. It's going all through Twitter. But if you want to say injured list DL, you know what? Whichever we call it, they're hurt. Yeah. That's what you need to know. Honestly, DL, injured list, whatever term you want for it. It's not what you want.
The fact of the matter is, you get a bicep strain swinging a bat is
that's Mets-like. That's what I'm saying. We're Mets-like. It's very Mets-like what's going on right now.
Extremely laughable. You can't suck up the pain and just deal with it.
No, hold up. I can't. I'll cut you off there because he said that it affects his swing and he can't swing as hard. So I understand why he's not doing it. And last year, he did suck up the hamstring injury and he played a lot of games for us.
All right, I'll give you that. But the thing is,
it's very frustrating. I understand why you're upset. A lot of stuff's going on.
And I love Giancarlo.
And Giancarlo's trying his hardest and he's playing through it. And if he could play, he would be playing. So I don't have any issue with him. I'm just upset that it happens, obviously, because we can't afford this stuff.
We can't afford it, and you know what? And you see that the one thing I will say about it is yesterday when I was at the game, Brett Gardner, he needs to be taken out of the leadoff spot. Yes, he did hit a home run. I don't give a flying crap if he hit a home run.
It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything. The guy is one of the most inconsistent hitters in baseball. I've said it for years.
He's on the cold list for sure, which we'll get to later. Ice cold.
Extremely. He should be on top of the list. I am not a Brett Gardner guy. To be quite honest with you, after 2009, all he is just speed. I understand speed is great. Yeah, he steals you some bases. However, with that being said, the guy can't hit the brown side of a barn.
He can't even hit the pitches right there from the hit. He can't even hit in hitters' counts anymore. What is he doing up there batting first? It's asinine.
So the thing that makes me mad is that $7 million wasted on a bum like this. So.
Well, we rushed to sign Brett Gardner. We don't get Bryce Harper. And that one I'm not going to let go because that one's more inexcusable than Machado to me. Okay, you don't want to get Machado because you have Andujar. Fine, I'll take that one. All right, Andujar's a good player. But you can't tell me that Brett Gardner and Clint Frazier are the reason and Jacoby Ellsbury, are the reasons you don't get Bryce Harper. Come on, that's ridiculous.
Bryce Harper,
imagine sandwiching him between Judge and Stan, what could have been at the stadium.
It could have been
would have been amazing.
Just literally sitting here thinking about that, oh my God.
I know, Philly's already eating him up. I know it's early. Actually, Scherzer struck him out, so that's a big storyline. He's back in Washington playing the Phillies. He's with the Phillies playing the Nationals. Okay. Yeah, so
at least you didn't say at least your inaugural jersey introductory press conference for the Phillies. You don't say I'm going to bring a title back to DC.
That's true. At least they didn't do that. So actually, Philly's up 2-0 right now. Let's get a little feed on Harper, even though this will be long. He has a hit. Okay, Harper. Let's see.
Was he 1 for 2?
He is 1 for 3.
Okay.
And I don't think he has an RBI though. Nah, he doesn't have an RBI. Franco has one, and then something weird happened, I guess, because that's the only RBI I see. But regardless of that, that's just a little tidbit sidebar. So Yankees were struggling for sure. And tomorrow, I'm not sure if it's going to get much better because we have Loizaga pitching, and that's very problematic. God. I mean, he's our top pitching prospect, which is a scary thought, too. Although Herman could be better than him, I would hope, honestly. But I want Loizaga to do well. Last year, he pitched he started 4 games. His ERA was over 5, just 24 innings. But he did have 33 strikeouts, so that's one good thing, I guess. But 12 walks in 24 innings is not what you want, obviously. It was his first year. Loizaga's a guy that you pray you can get through 5. If you get 5 from him, that's a home run. You really hope. He's probably going to labor to 3 or 4 tomorrow. High pitch count, most likely. Unless he somehow turns it on. We need a big start from him, especially since the bullpen went through today. So let's check who went through the bullpen, because speaking of concerns, we've got to hit on the Aroldis Chapman because he was horrendous today. Mm-hmm. And let's see what happened to our buddy Chapman today. Okay. All plays. We go to the top of the ninth inning. Because everyone else pitched a great game for the most part. Alright, so he gets the out, strikeout swinging, good start. Then he walks Nico Goodrum. Dustin Peterson, who I don't even know who that is, hits a double. So that's for second and third at that point. Oh no, he drove Goodrum in with the double. That's right, I saw that. Then he gets Grainer out swinging. Then Mercer gets a single, and that run ends up coming around to score. Just a hard. And then Harrison gets a single, so he gives up 4 hits. Was it 3 or 4? Okay, he gives up 3 hits and 1 walk against this lowly Tigers team. I barely know anyone on this team. It's pathetic that this happens. I mean, Josh Harrison's an alright player, but as you were saying, his average is below 100 before today, although it's just the start of the season. So the averages you have to take with a grain of salt at this point. But we could go over some standings, I guess. Actually, I'm sorry. Let's go through the box score of like how our pitchers did. Tanaka, great job today. Another pitcher getting left out to dry, just like our buddy James Paxton. 6 2/3, 1 earned, 7 Ks. Definitely pitched well enough to give us the win, but of course we didn't hit. Ottavino, 1 inning in the third, 3 strikeouts. This guy's disgusting. His ERA is 0 for the season, so he is blazing hot. He is one of the hottest on the hot list that we have.
And he pitched yesterday too, and yesterday he did not get a strikeout, and he had 2
That's
walks.
Right.
However, but he
Judge bailed him out with that play. How crazy was that play?
So I'll tell you this real quick.
Let me know
about that play.
Yeah, how crazy
literally
was that?
When he caught that, I thought he broke his wrist.
I was definitely scared because all the injury stuff going on.
I stood up like this with my hands on my head because I thought he broke his wrist.
Oh my God.
From where I was sitting, literally, I thought he broke that wrist.
And I was like, he had the wrist issue last year too.
That's the problem. And he got up, he was fine. I
just can't even fathom if he goes down this year.
The one thing, we can't even. I don't even want to think about that. But Ottavino yesterday worked his way into trouble and worked his way out of it perfectly.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna tell you this: the 2 signings this year, Jules,
the Colorado Rockies have been great hits. Even Tulo's been all right so far.
You want to know something with Tulo?
His role's gonna be huge now with all this going on. A lot of the stuff from Tulo's gonna have to be he time this year.
Watching him the past 2 games we've been to in the past week.
You saw him the other one. That's right. He played well when we were there. He had that homer.
He is so well in the field, and the thing is about him is he makes it look so easy. Literally,
Tulo's still a good fielder for sure.
He makes plays there's a reason why back then. He was one of the best shortstops in baseball, and listen, he took a step back, but this guy could still ball. I'm a really big fan of his. We got him yesterday. I was with my brother and our family friend, who he's friends with my brother, but he's like family. He basically, we informed my brother because he didn't know that the Yankees are only paying him $540,000.
Yeah, it's chump change. It's a flyer for us.
He's getting 7.5 from the Blue Jays.
20-something. Yeah, he's getting a lot from Toronto.
So we got him.
They bought him out for 2 years, basically.
So we gave him 1 year or 2 years?
1 for $5K, basically $500K.
Oh my God, it's
a bargain.
For literally one of the best fielders in baseball. He could still play if he stays healthy.
I'm God forbid with everything going on, he's gonna really have to stay healthy. Him and Greg Bird worry me, and also Gleyber Torres had a scare yesterday too. Remember that play with Sanchez? I thought he may have hurt his hand. And then today, Luke Voigt gets hit in the hand. Like every time you hold your breath now when something happens. Like this is how frantic this is. We're like Met fans now, literally. I keep picking the Mets, but this is what used to happen to them, and now it's happening to us.
And you know what? It's really frustrating.
I feel them. I feel their pain. I'm sorry.
It's really starting to test my patience in a way.
Me too, yeah.
And
2-3 against these teams is horrible. I don't care how early in the season it is.
Looking at these standings now, is that what we're transiting?
You know what? Yeah, let's do standings.
So I will say
this. Since we're talking about records.
For the AL East right now, the Tampa Bay Rays, I'll tell you what, a few weeks ago I laughed in Julian's face, and I will sit here right now and say I was dead wrong. You were right. I know you know what you're talking about. I thought you were giving them a little bit too much credit. Listen, this team is very good. You were right.
It's early still, but yes, I like what I've seen so far.
Tampa has a bright future down there,
good. Yeah.
And like I said, I'm shocked. And second place Orioles.
That's the biggest surprise of the year. One of them. Okay, so we're going through surprises right now, and then we'll go through like the rest. We'll go through surprises and disappointments as we do this. So. Rays are your surprise.
Yes.
To me, I'm not surprised because I thought they were good. Orioles is surprising for both of us, obviously. The fact that they're 3-1 is crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
And now it looks like they're about to be 4-1 potentially, so the surprises keep going, I guess.
This is a high school team, and
I was heckling them in center field, so maybe I'm eating my words now. So
I called them publicly a high school team, and I still am eating my words. For
and I said some stuff to them too that wasn't so pretty. But anyway, they're one of the biggest surprises. Toronto 2-3 is like what you would expect, basically. Yeah. Us, and also biggest disappointments, us and Red Sox in the AL East. Red Sox 1-4. They're sputtering almost worse than us. Their starters have gotten tattooed, and they are all on the cold list, basically.
Are they playing tonight?
Yeah, I believe they play Oakland at 10 o'clock, so we won't get to see much of that one. I'm going to go through the stats of the Red Sox starters to at least make us a little happier, because we need something to smile about in this
fact that it's really funny. Did you notice that when Chris Sale got paid, he turned it's bad. His first start. I know it's early and it's a first start.
No, but dude, the whole team, like their whole team has not pitched well.
I mean, come on, you're 1-4 right now, reigning defending.
Okay, here we go.
Champions.
Yeah, so us and Red Sox are one of the biggest disappointments in baseball so far. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in order here and break down all these horrible starts because they'll make me laugh at least. So Chris Sale, 3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts. 7 runs, 2 walks, 6 hits. Way to get tattooed, buddy. Your ERA is 21. You're on the cold list, on the top of the cold list with Brett Gardner right now. Okay, so then their Game 2 starter was the Valsey Game 2? Did they pitch that scrub the second game?
Yeah, I think he pitched, yeah.
Okay, so he goes 5 innings. He gives up 6 runs, and he strikes out just 3, walks 2, his 8 hits, and his ERA is a sparkling 10.8. So he's also on the cold list. Then the third pitcher is we missed David Price. Was he 3 or 4? Price? No, Price was actually 4. I think Aguardo was 5 maybe, and then
what about
Porcello was 3rd. So Porcello, what's up? 13.5. This guy can't even get out of the 3rd inning. He gives up 4 runs, 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 4 walks. His whip is almost 4. Way to be Porcello. Then now it's David Price. 6 innings pitched. He actually did the best out of all of them, and his ERA is still a 6. 5 hits and 4 earns. And 9, he did strike out 9 though, but he walked 2. So Price, the answer is not in. The price is not right for David.
No.
And then we go to the last one, Eduardo Rodriguez, and his ERA is also over 10. Jeez. So Red Sox starting pitchers, great job, boys. You all suck. After your first starts. It's just crazy that they were all so bad. Like, what are the odds of them all getting lit like that?
It was very, very
It seems
weird.
to me that something went wrong with the spring training and the regimens. Like, they just weren't ready to pitch, obviously. None of them were.
I think
they didn't throw a lot in spring training, I heard. And they also probably got late with their training since they won the World Series and everything, and it's starting to show. So good start, boys. And if we weren't so bad, I would be laughing hysterically at this. But since we're in a mess, I can't laugh that much about it, unfortunately. It does make me feel better, but still, it's not. We're in trouble too.
Yeah, and with the Red Sox, maybe they're in the dugout. They're 1-4 right now. Maybe they're drinking beer and eating chicken wings.
Oh, like again. The Josh Beckett story?
Yeah.
With Valentine as the manager?
Yeah.
I miss those days. Those were the circus days.
Yep.
Why can't we go back to that? Hopefully this year. But, okay, so on the hot and cold list, I was trying to think who else is on that list. Let's see. Well,
since we just did the
well, Mookie Betts is, let's see what he's up to. He's hitting 217, so he's a little cool, too. J.D. Martinez is still doing J.D. things, 381. He hasn't missed a beat, unfortunately, so he's on the hot list. Andrew Benintendi hitting 125, ice cold, brother.
Just like Greg Bird, that batting average so low.
Wait, what's Greg Bird's average at?
I think it might be close to like 1.
Oh, Jesus, let me look at this while we're on him. Oh, brother, this won't be pretty. He's hitting 182. Wonderful. Typical Bird self. Only 11 at bats, but okay, so we went through this division. So Tampa Bay, we could go through some guys for them maybe. And I'm going to talk about someone I highlighted when I was talking about Tampa Bay. One of my favorite guys. He's in a couple of my teams. He was in the Chris Archer trade, Austin Meadows. And he's actually down to 222, but he had 2 homers. He has 2 homers and 4 RBIs. So he's doing all right. I'm trying to think what else is worth the list. Should we go to the Central?
Just go to Central, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, with Central, we have the Royals at 2-1, Twins at 2-1. I mean, it's hard to say it's surprising because it's so early, and it's a small sample size, so I can't really say much about that. The Indians at 2-2. Actually, we do got to talk about someone on the Indians. It's on my fantasy team that's on the ice cold list. My buddy Jose Ramirez is starting off the season horribly once again. Last year he started horrendously, and this year he's doing the same thing. Hitting 200 right now on my ice cold list. Only 3 hits, no homers, no RBIs, no stolen bases. Not what you're looking for. I think one of the best players in the American League and all baseball. So he's definitely cold. The Tigers, we just said Josh Harrison was freezing cold. You know who's actually very hot for the Tigers though? That third baseman on the Tigers, Candelario. He's been playing amazingly lately, racking up hits left and right. His last name is actually I have his stuff. We can look at him. He's on the hot list for sure though. And the White Sox are 1-3, like they deserve to be. No surprise there. They stink. They're horrible.
Yeah,
their
garbage.
Fan base is asinine and expecting things that aren't true. Oh, but their prospects are so good. Have fun with your 70-win season again. I mean, Elroy Jimenez is sick, but other than that, I don't know what you guys have. So Candelario's hitting 308 right now. He picked up 2 more hits today. He had 5 hits the other day. So Candelario's definitely picking up steam for the Tigers. Yeah. Also, Jordan Zimmerman's on the hot list. He's been pitching lights out again. Another great April for Jordan Zimmerman. Like we went through his line before. This dude was a massive bust. His contract is really long, but he's pitched as well in April, and his ERA is 0 right now.
Yeah.
So actually, he might gave up 1, so it's like going to be something. But in 13 innings pitched, almost 14, he's only given up 1 run, so he's definitely on the hot list for sure. And then his contract, oh boy, 5 years, 110. Yuck. What are you thinking, Detroit? Oh. To a contact pitcher, too. This guy doesn't strike anyone out. What are you doing paying him all that money? And then you're stuck paying Miguel Cabrera until he's like 40, so that's fun for them, too. But yeah, that's why they're where they are, and the fact that they've beaten us is sad, and we can only score 1 run against them is a joke. Yeah. But okay, so let's move past the AL Central. That division's boring.
Now
anyway.
we'll go to AL West.
Now this is exciting stuff. The Seattle Mariners. This is the biggest surprise in all baseball, even above the Orioles.
I think this too.
And the Mariners could ride this wave and make the wild card or something. Wow, that's all I could say to that.
Literally, right now.
This team was written off by me and you. Yep. I thought this team was trash, honestly. Like, I thought they had nothing going. This is what we're seeing now is stunning me. And there's one guy who's on the hot list for this team that you can't deny. Tim Beckham is absolutely smoking the ball through 6 games. 11 hits, 3 homers. He's hitting over 400. And 8 RBIs, 3 homers, I think I said, but 8 runs scored. This guy is a machine right now. He's a big part of the reason why they are doing what they're doing. Tim Beckham is definitely on the smoking hot list right now.
Yeah.
And absolutely. Then I think Domingo Santana deserves some praise too. He's been playing very well for them. And he was always an interesting case to me because the Brewers didn't have a spot for him last year. But I talked about him in the preseason when the Mariners traded him, how I liked that trade for him. He had 30 homers and 85 ribbies in 2017 when he was playing full-time. Well, last year he didn't really play, but this year he's showing what he can do. He's hitting 333, 3 home runs, 11 ribbies. This guy's mashing for the Mariners right now. He's on the smoking hot list as well. And let's take a look at Mitch Haniger and Z Gordon because I'm sure they're doing well. Well, because the Mariners deserve a lot of praise right now. Gordon 276, that's all right for him. Haniger's a solid player, hitting 300. Yeah. You know who I actually want to talk about? The Japanese pitcher for the Mariners. I think is worth mentioning. I think he's pitched pretty well, and I'm gonna pull up his numbers right now. Let me see what the story is with him. Okay, yeah, so Kikuchi, if that's how you say his name, he has a 2.53 in 2 appearances. I don't know why it's not letting me see his game logs, but he's been pitching good. 8 innings, 8 Ks. And he pitched well against the Red Sox, I believe. Only 1 run through 5, I want to say. So, good stuff for Kikuchi. 10 and 2/3 innings, 2.53, 8 Ks. So he's been good for them. He might be a good signing for them if they can keep this up. So they should be enthused about that. And then, of course, someone on the smoking hot list that we can't omit is Chris Davis from Oakland. He's picked up right where he left off last year.
Crush Davis.
Crush Davis has been doing what he does best. He's been hitting bombs left and right. Oakland's 4-3, which is not surprising at all, really. I think they're a solid club. 5 homers for Crush already, 9 ribbies, hitting his typical 250. Actually, 3 points higher than his 247 he's hit for 4 straight years. Guy's so consistent, it's crazy.
Oh,
Gets if he hits 247 again, his lifetime might drop to that because right now his lifetime's 248. The guy's a model of consistency. You're getting 40-plus homers, over 100 RBIs, and a 247 average every year. You know what you're getting. The back of this guy's baseball card is unreal.
Oh, I'll say.
I've never seen anything like this before. You have to try to do this. You can't even. It just doesn't make any sense. What would you do if he hits 247 again this year? Imagine 5 straight years. Oh, my God. So, anyway, as funny as that is, he's been hot for them. So Oakland, I would say the Astros, not a crazy disappointment, 2-3, but they're not playing up to their standard yet. But someone that's on the hot list for them is Michael Brantley. He's been crushing the baseball, 313 average, 1 homer, 3 ribbies. He's been hitting solid though. I think Jose Altuve is doing Altuve things. There's 2 people. Once we get to the National League, they're really on the hot list.
Who's that?
Christian Yelich and Paul Goldschmidt.
Yes,
Those 2 are crazy, but. Do you see any disappointments on this list? There's actually one I'm going to go through on the Rangers. He really messed me up the other day.
What is it pro for?
Cole Hamels.
Oh, Cole Hamels.
Had an ERA of 9, got lit up by his old team. Oh, he's on the Cubs, wow, but he played against the Rangers, so I got confused. But Hamels is definitely on my Cole list as well. He got destroyed. So, anyone else on this list pop out to you with the Angels? Well, we can look at Trout, obviously. We got to give a Trout update. So Trout's in 286. He hasn't really popped off crazy yet, but I wouldn't worry about him, obviously.
He'll get it going.
He's the least of my concerns with anything, basically. So we go through that. Anything surprise you in this division besides the Mariners?
Not real.
The Angels being 1-4 doesn't surprise me because I don't think they're good.
I will say this. I'm surprised that the Astros aren't at least in second place.
Yeah, like we said, I mean, the Astros aren't playing up to standard right now, really, but it's early. I mean, I wouldn't worry too much about them. They are one of our nemesis. Philly's not surprising. I expect them to be good. And Bryce Harper's been heating up a little bit. JT Realmuto's been getting it going. With hitting 333. He's been a good investment so far. Let's see what Rhys Hopkins is up to. Yeah, so Rhys Hopkins is hitting 333 as well. McCutchen even had a leadoff homer for them. This team's really clicking right now. Philly is going to be a dangerous team come postseason time. Yeah. They just need to add some pitching behind Aaron Nola because Nick Pivetta got destroyed the other day. I'm not sure how well he's going to do this year. Pivetta had an ERA well over 7. So that was not outstanding. Let's see how Arrieta did quickly. 150. Okay. Mets. And I'm going to say, I'm a little surprised by the Mets, how well they've started. Yep. I'll say it. I mean, I thought the Mets could be a solid team. I thought they could have been in contention for a playoff spot. But is this team better than we thought? Maybe. You know what? I'm going to give them credit where it's due. Pete Alonso's been a savage for the Mets. He's on the smoke.
All I keep hearing about is Pete Alonso.
I text you every day about Petey, but he is one of my favorite players. And I was high at him coming into the season, and he's done nothing but prove me right. 1 homer, 6 ribbies, hitting 412. The dude's smoking the baseball, and he's on the smoking hot list. And let's check our boy Robbie Cano. Cano 211, so not so hot. Let's see DeGrom, what he's doing. DeGrom has the ERA of 0, picking up where he left off from last year. It was only 6 innings. Who else in the Mets is turning your head when it comes to hitting? Because there's got to be someone. It's not just Petey. I mean, Wilson Ramos has been playing well, actually. He's hitting 462, so that's definitely on the hot list as
well.
I
keep hearing something about
Nemo. Jeff McNeil. Nemo's actually cold, brother. I have him in one of my leagues. He's on the cold list. He's not even hitting 200.
Conforto? How's he doing?
Let's check McNeil and Conforto. McNeil is smoking the baseball. 455. He's on the smoking hot list. He's been killing it. 3 ribbies and a triple on the season. Let's do Conforto, because we always hear about Conforto on our group chat.
Yeah.
He's hitting 353, so put him on the hot list as well. So the Mets have a lot of guys hitting the ball well.
At least their guys can hit. Ours can't. Jesus.
I'm saying, brother, it's a role reversal. I can't believe what's going on here, but like we said, we're the Mets now. I can't believe it. Let's see. And Diaz has been lights out, of course. 3 games, 2 saves, no runs yet. He struck out 4 batters. He's been as good as advertised.
Yeah.
He's on the smoking hot list as well. And then, okay, so let's check. Marlins, we don't need to talk about at all. All we're talking about. Nationals, Victor Robles is on the smoking hot list. He was a highly touted prospect, and he's living up to the bill so far. He's also hitting over 400, 455 with a homer to start the season. Trey Turner's gotten off to a great start. You saw the walk-off against the Mets. Turner's hitting 385 with 2 homers, and he has 4 stolen bases, 4 ribbies. He's playing at a high level right now. And then let's check my boy Rendon, see how he's doing. I don't think he's doing that crazy yet. Well, he's in at 364, but, only 2 ribbies, but he's still playing well. Then the other guy I like in the team is Juan Soto.
Yeah. Oh, Juan Soto is so underrated. I love that kid.
He's only hitting 250 right now, but I won't worry about him at all. And then let's see how Patrick Corbin was the big story. Let's see what's up with our boy Corbin.
I was just going to ask you about him, too.
So Corbin has the ERA of 3. He pitched well. He gave up 2 earned and struck out 4. Solid through 6 in his first time out. But the Nationals bullpen blew it for him, so he didn't get the win. And now we have some brave news. Ronald Acuna. Extension time for Acuna.
Yep.
So he gets an extension. 8 years, $100 million, well-deserved, although he's on the cold list right now, only hitting 214. But it's still a good deal for them. Locks him up at a decent rate. He's a very good player. I think he'll exceed that contract based on with his play in the field.
Yeah.
But then let's see how Freddie Freeman's doing. He's normally a very good hitter. Hitting 500, so nothing's changed with Freddie. He's a great player. He's on the smoking hot list as well. And the Braves pitchers are very problematic, though. Fultonwitz is injured. I think Newcomb might be their best guy right now, but I think he actually might be hurt. Tehran was starting the opening day, which is not what you want at this point. Annabelle Sanchez is not the Nationals. So let's go to the essential, though. Brewers, and Yelich, and some more Yelich. When you're in doubt, you use relish for a hot dog. Because Yelich is amazing. Oh, my God. So, I doubted myself for picking him 6 overall, but I don't need to doubt that anymore. 4 homers, 8 ribbies. The dude's hitting 412. He gets a hit every single day.
Yep.
He's unstoppable. Could he get back-to-back NL MVPs? You know what? Anything's possible at this point. I would have counted against him. His on-base percentage is over 500. I know it's early this season, but let's just pick it off right where he left off.
Oh, my God.
Is he ever, right? So then let's see how Kane. Oh, there's someone else that we really got to talk about, the Brewers, and you're gonna know right away once I tell you. Josh Hader.
Yep.
This guy's a savage.
He's.
I don't know how you're supposed to get a hit against this guy. Like, I see these guys step in the box, they just look like they want no part of it.
Yep.
Like they're flailing at all his pitches. He's pitched 3 games in 4 innings. He struck out 8 batters already. It's like 2 per inning. No one just sniffed him except Jose Martinez, but of course Kane robbed the homer, so it still doesn't count. So, I mean, Josh Hader, probably the best reliever in all of baseball. I'll even throw him in with all the closers at this point, because he basically is the Brewers closer now.
Yeah.
He has 3 saves. He's been electric. Josh Hader's the best bullpen arm in baseball, and it's not even close.
He's starting to look really, really good, and
how the lefties hit against that dude? I just want to know, how they even attempt to. Do you see that play last year? Remember when he made Daniel Murphy look like the kid in Bench Warmers?
Yeah.
With those hacks.
Yeah.
Those are the most hideous hacks I've ever seen anyone take. You got no chance against that dude. You might as well just go up there and hope he walks you.
He's one of the most underrated
Holy shit.
relievers in baseball.
Dude, every time I watch him pitch, I get hype. I'm like, man. But if you're betting against him, you're screwed. You do not want to be on the other end of him. Like when you're betting against the Brewers, which is not smart in most situations. Once you're behind and he comes in, you might as well just give it up.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting that money back. I've been down that road a couple times. It's not fun.
No, it is not.
So we'll move on because someone else that's made a big impact in this division, the Cardinals, and my pick for MVP, who's putting himself in a discussion with Gelish, Paul Goldschmidt. He's a stud. Every bit as good as advertised so far for the Cardinals. He's on the smoking hot list. Hitting 300, 4 homers, 8 RBIs. He had a 3-homer game the other day.
I still can't believe it.
This guy's a beast. I don't know how anyone pitches to him anymore. He hits everything. And he has good plate discipline as well, although he struck out 9 times, but I'm sure that those numbers will go down. But regardless, Goldschmidt's a great hitter, and he's definitely in the conversation for MVP as of now, but it is early, like we said. Oh, and Reds, here we go. We get to have some Sonny Gray hate. All right, Sonny Gray is on the freezing cold list. Like, get locked in the freezer, dude. You're so garbage. Oh, my God. Thank God we got rid of him.
Oh, he sucks.
He is so horrendous. I was watching him pitch the other day, and I was just laughing. I'm like,
he can't hit the plate anymore.
I'm like, these idiots traded for him thinking they were going to fix him.
No, what it reminds
and we
me
were
of,
the problem.
It reminds me of, remember when Rick Ankiel was a pitcher?
Yeah.
And he just literally lost the plate? It seems like that's what's happening to Sonny
Okay,
Gray.
so let's go over this outstanding start for Sonny Gray. So his 6.75 ERA is probably low. He got pretty lucky, to be honest with you. 2 2/3. He gives up 5 hits, not even 3 innings, mind you. He walks 4 batters. His WHIP is 3.3. So almost 3.5 hits and walks per inning. And mind you, he gives up 2 RBIs to the pitcher. He walks the pitcher with the bases loaded, and then he gives up a single to the pitcher. Man, Sonny Gray in Cincinnati. I don't know what you guys were thinking, but you guys are screwed.
Yep, that's it. They're stuck with him.
It's only one, and they extended it too. Oh my God! Actually, paid him money. Thank God we got rid of him. I don't know what happened to him. I liked him before we traded for him, but ever since we got him, it's just been nothing but a disaster.
Complete and total train
I think he's the lost cause now. I don't think there's any way to fix him. I mean, it's only one start, but it's the same exact things we saw. Nothing got better. He nibbles at everything. He won't throw strikes. He has decent stuff. He just won't throw strikes. I mean, I was laughing because we got rid of him and people were saying, oh, maybe he's better with the Reds. Oh, it's the Yankees' fault. Oh, too many sliders. Oh, Gary Sanchez can't catch him even though Romine caught him most of the games. But no, it's not our fault. The dude sucks.
Yep. He completely sucks. That's just putting it mildly.
He's definitely leading the way. He's one of the top guys in the freezing list for sure. So I would throw him in there, throw away the key. I don't think he's coming out.
No.
But okay, let's see Pirates. Archer actually pitched well the other day.
I heard about that. Yeah, he's been doing well. Yeah.
5 innings pitched, only 2 hits. 8 strikeouts. Maybe he's getting back to himself. That would be good because the Pirates gave up 2 great pieces to get him, which I've mentioned a million times already, so I won't say them again. But Archer and the Pirates, although the bullpen blew it, they were up 5-0 when he left the game. They ended up losing the game 6-5 in extra innings. So, well, that's an embarrassment. That bullpen should be ashamed. They blew a start for Archer. Corey Dickerson has been ice cold, 167. I mean, the Pirates, they're what, 1-2 right now?
Yeah.
I don't expect them to be that good, really. That's not surprising to me. In this division, does anything jump out at you? I think there's one thing I can look at. Oh, we got to talk about that train wreck the other day with the Cubs, actually. That was embarrassing.
Well, that's what jumps out at me. Honestly, I was very high on the Cubs. And the fact that, they're 1-3, I don't know what's going on it seems to me ever since they won the World Series.
It's been all downhill.
Yep.
They haven't been the same.
It's same with you saw what happened with the Royals. They won the World Series. They haven't done shit since.
Yeah, the Royals. Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought the Cubs always have more staying power than the Royals.
Yeah,
because,
the pieces they have.
You see, the issue with the Cubs is, I'm going to tell you what the issue with the Cubs is. It's 2 people that are the issue with the Cubs. Actually, maybe more, but if we want to break it down specifically, there's 2 people. And you're going to know both of them right away, I think. It won't take too long for you to get them. Why is his name not coming up right now? All right, I'm just gonna Google and we'll get him. But it's Jason Hayward. No shocker there. That was one of the worst contracts I've seen in a long time. He didn't even do much to deserve the contract, really. He was a great defender, but never really stood out in offense. Unfortunately, he got hit in Atlanta. Never was the same player after that. These numbers with the Cubs are garbage. Look at this. I mean, he's never even hit more than 11 homers. And these right fields are making over $20 million. This is asinine.
I think they're having extreme buyers.
This is almost as bad as Ellsbury.
Yeah.
But in fact, he helped them win the World Series, though. So that's the only reason why it gets salvaged. But other than that, it's horrible. He's not good, obviously, by any stretch. Although he is hitting .294 right now, but 0 homers, 3 RBIs. So maybe he's not the problem right now, but overall, I think he's a big part of the issue. Yeah. Yu Darvish, that's who is going to be another problem for him.
Oh, God.
And I told you this guy was going to be a bust this year.
Yes, you did.
And guess what he did his first time out? Couldn't even get out of the 3rd inning. He walked 7 guys. This guy's a train wreck. I don't understand why they paid him all that money. I knew that was one of the worst contracts of last year. I said it was horrible as soon as he signs it. He's damaged goods to me. Ever since that World Series with the Dodgers, he's been shot.
Yep.
He was exposed that day. I don't think he's ever going to recover from that. They were 2 horrible starts. He choked on the biggest stage. He just doesn't have it anymore. He's been injured a million times now. There's a laundry list of excuses, but I'm not buying any of them.
Yeah.
He's done to me, and the Cubs are screwed, brother.
Yeah.
They have 2 guys clogging up their payroll that aren't worth the money. That's why they couldn't do anything in the offseason. Then we go over. How about their bullpen? Them and the Red Sox bullpens, man. Oh, if you put them together, oh man, they're still horrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
All right, I'm going to go over this game that they lost 10-11 because this is ridiculous. And then we'll get to the NL West and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
So we're getting close to that time. But, okay, so Cubs. Cole Hamels pitched 5 innings. He gives up 5 earned and did horrible, like I already said. Chatwood did an inning and 2/3, gave up 3 runs. They had another bad contract, another story. I mean, the Cubs are just filled with bad contracts all across the board. And they're in trouble long term. That's why I like the Brewers and Cardinals better than them in this division, but we'll see if they can turn it around.
Yeah.
Montgomery was horrendous. The guy couldn't even pitch an inning and gives up 2 runs and 2 hits and walks the guy. His ERA was 81 for the game. So that's not what you want by any means. Montgomery, you're going to have to do better. You're on the freezing cold list. And then the only guy that didn't give up anything was Cishek. 1 inning and a third, 3 Ks. Then Pedro Strop comes in. He pitches a third of an inning with a tie game. And what does he do? He implodes. He gives up a hit. He throws a wild pitch that allows a run to score. He doesn't even let himself get beat. He beats himself.
Yeah.
That's just, it's inexcusable.
Yes,
Pedro
extremely inexcusable.
You are on the freezing cold list. So, now we get to the NL West. And
I'm not surprised with the Dodgers leading the division.
No, that's not surprising,
There's one team on, actually...
What are you surprised with in this division?
Surprised with? I'll tell you what, I'm surprised that you know what, I thought the Padres would maybe be, well, they stay at the same record as the Dodgers right now at 3-2.
Yeah, is that surprising a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit surprising because, you know what, and also I'm looking up Machado's stats because I saw it today.
He might be on the cold list, right?
He's on the cold list.
What's his average, brother?
It's something in the 2s, low 2s.
Okay.
I checked it this morning with Pete, actually. We looked
that's
it up.
funny.
And, I had that argument with him this morning about Johnny Hustle, and he said, he told me, him being an Orioles fan, my boss, he does not want to hear it. He said that if there's a ball, was his... saying,
so he's actually on Machado's side with this?
He said this. What he told me is he said that if a ball is hit to second base, why do you have to run? And I said, well, you want to show that you can hustle and try to beat it out.
Well, yeah, I mean, his whole thing with that is, annoying. I mean, I was, on the fence about it.
Yeah.
It was good and bad. Not really good.
But
Robbie Cano did the same thing. He just never said it.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't have to say it.
You could have just kept it quiet.
Bryce Harper, kinds of.
But like I said, the Dodgers. I'm not surprised
Well,
that they're
let's
in
go
first
through
place.
some hot guys on the Dodgers.
Yeah, let's
Cody
see.
Bellinger smoking the ball again. He's back and better than ever.
Of course.
458 average of 4 homers. This guy's on fire.
Of course.
AJ Pollock's been very good for the Dodgers too.
You know what? I've been seeing
great signing by the Dodgers.
Such an underrated signing.
Yes,
by them.
That was a good play. 101 homer, 6 ribbies, 333 average. He's been off to a great start. Let's check out the rest of these guys. Let's see how Max Muncy's doing. I don't think too crazy, but Corey Seager and Max Muncy on the ice cold list, actually, both under 200. Hopefully Seager gets back to himself. And you know who I was telling you about the other day that's on the hot list? Jock Peterson. He's been playing great. 3 homers and 5 ribbies. His average 438. He's been on fire. His on base percentage almost 600 through 5 games. So Jock is on the smoking hot list.
I've noticed something. These guys in the National League, they're hitting.
It seems to be like the National League hitting is really advanced from the American at this point. Like, you have Yelich, you got Goldschmidt, all these guys we're talking about, and all the guys in the Mets that are hitting, the Dodgers. So let's talk about Tatis Jr. actually while we'll transition to the Padres. He's actually only hitting 222, but he did get his first homer the other day. Let's see how Eric Hosmer's doing. I want to see if he...
Hosmer,
yeah. Hosmer, right. Yeah, Machado 222, like you said. So he's definitely on the coal list for all that money. He better wake up. Eric Hosmer, 353. Okay, so he's on the hot list. 3 RBIs. I'm getting close to the end of this now. Padres, Diamondbacks, Rockies, Giants. Anyone on this? Well, let's see Arenado. Actually, you know who we're talking about? Charlie Blackmon, I believe, is getting back on the hot list. Yeah. Blackman's hitting 286. Not so much. Let's see someone else. Let's play someone out of these 3 teams. David Peralta. I actually want to talk about... Okay, Rockies. All right, we're going back to Rockies. Your Marquez... from the Rockies, Germán Marquez also signed an extension today.
Yep. The young guy.
He's pitching well right now. He's on the hot list. 1.5 ERA. He struck out 7 batters for 6, gave up 1 run. So he agreed to a 5-year deal for $43 million, which is a great get for the Rockies. Nice pitcher, very underrated player, and he's still only 24. Wow. Yeah, wow. He's only 24. That's a nice move for the Rockies.
Yeah, I'll say.
And I think Kyle Freeland's actually pitching incredibly well, too, for the Rockies. And that's a good thing. And now in this division, there was actually a trade that took place. The Giants and Blue Jays with Kevin Millar.
Yes.
Pillar, not Millar. That bastard on the Red Sox. Anyway, so Pillar, I went through his numbers. 15 homers and 15 RBIs last year, 252 average of 14 steals. He's going to the Giants, who desperately needed an outfielder, as we said, before the season started, so they get one at least. Well, the Blue Jays also, then it was for 3 prospects, Law, Hanson, and Caputo, I want to say. And then the Blue Jays also sent Kendrys Morales to Oakland. So the Blue Jays have been wheeling and dealing, trying to reset their franchise. Yeah. Obviously, they cut Tulo, as we said. They're going in another direction. Vladdy will be up soon. That'll be exciting for them. Biggio's son's in the system. Bichette's son's in the system. The system's loaded with talent. The Blue Jays could be relevant in a few years. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
And then Kendrys Morales was 21 homers, 57 RBIs, and a 249 average last year. And there's 2 more guys on the hot list I think we should mention. And then we'll probably wrap. Actually, maybe 3 guys, but then we'll get it going because it's going to be close to the hour point. And there's a lot of other stuff. So Kyle, for next time and all that. So Kyle Freeland has a 1.29 ERA. He pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, and struck out 5. He's on the smoking hot list for sure. Nice start for Freeland. And then we're going to go to our good buddy Madison Bumgarner, who I hope the Yankees get at some point. And I've been saying that for years now. Maybe this will finally be the time. Because the Giants are a dumpster fire. This team can't hit to save their lives. They can't hit the backside of a barn, honestly. But Bumgarner had a decent start last time out. 7 innings, 2.57. Only struck out 9 batters, 2 earned, looking like his old self.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign for Bumgarner and the Giants to get good value for him. And then the Dodgers, there's Hyun-Jin Ryu has pitched very good for them. And they're actually pitching against each other tonight.
Really?
Yeah, so Ryu has a 1.5 ERA. He pitched 6 innings and gave up and struck out 8 batters, so he's on the smoking hot list as well. Then there's one guy who's concerning me with the Dodgers, and then we'll wrap it up after him. Walker Buehler. What the hell happened, dude? That was a very concerning start. I am not thrilled with that one at all. He's on the cold list up there with all the bum pitchers for that week. Chris Sale, Sonny Gray, all the Red Sox pitchers, all the guys that got lit. He was very concerning. He only threw 3 innings. He didn't strike anyone out, which really scares me more than anything. He gave up 5 hits, 5 earns. He walked 1 batter, so I guess his control was somewhat okay. Well, not really okay, but I guess he didn't walk that many people at least. But yeah, Walker Buehler, ice cold. So, for GNT Sports Talk, I'm Julian Gallardi.
I'm Bobby Thompson.
And the next time we'll see you guys is, what are we thinking, brother? What's the next thing on the agenda? Well, basketball probably, I would guess. Or maybe a hockey with me and Scott before playoffs. But for me and Bobby, definitely basketball. I think will be the next step. Okay, so for today, that's it. Subscribe, GT Sports Talk on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. All that good stuff. We'll see you soon. Thank you.